Before I was fully ready, y'all. It is 6:33 or 6:34, 6:35. It is the latest edition of the comments with your girl Toy and Dex. All right, IG is letting people know that we're on. So everybody get comfortable. Come on in. Have a seat. I'm sorry we're very late. We are very late on a Wednesday. Actually, we late this week because y'all know we normally come on Mondays, right? So this is the CPT show. We just come on and we make it do what it do. And guess what? We love you guys for it because y'all are always ready to show up and show out whatever time we're on. Hey, makeup girl junkie, mommy, hi. Quinta, Quebec joined, and we're just waiting for Dex to pop on. It was 6:35. All right, how is everybody doing this Wednesday? All right, Dex, where you at, sweetie? Now, are you blocked? Where you at? Hey, Keita, how you doing? Keita on Quebec. Yeah, now Keita, I done told y'all know I'm a little special when it comes to these names. Y'all already know it. I don't hide it from anybody. Hi, Lady Yvette. Y'all come on in, have a seat. We're just waiting for Dex to slide in. He probably somewhere eating because all he do is eat. Where you at, Dexter? Let's see where he is. Dexter, where you at? Bring your ass. We've been waiting. 6:35. How is everybody doing this evening? Does everybody have dinner on? Lady T74. Hey, honey bunny, how you doing? All right. Dex, are you on a toilet? Where you go? Where you go? Oh, 1 second. Everybody just, hey, Daddy, how are you? Dexter, Marjan, hi, love bug, how you been? All right, Dex, where you at? You about to beat, sweetie? What is going on? Are you getting beat on? Cause where you at? Where you at, girl? Let's see. Is he blocked? I can't even invite him. He might be blocked. I hope not. Lady T, I'm good. Thank you for answering. Marjan, you're here. You caught us live, Daddy. I miss you. I love you. Thank you, Marjan, baby. Now, is he okay? Dexter, you need to send the SOS something. Girl, please help me. It's not healthy. That's those are lyrics from the great pregnant Rihanna. That 0417. How you doing? Marjan, we miss you too, love. I'm really happy to see you on here tonight. I really am. It's been a while. It feels like home. Well, it's about damn time. Shit. Now where you at? You got me out here about the cussing at you like an auntie for real? I mean, I am a real auntie. Can y'all tell me what were those moments that happened for y'all to where you realize like growing like with your siblings? 'Cause I've been noticing that more and more lately. When hey, Dad of 0417, growing up with your siblings, we all or whatever, but then you get in adult mode and you find yourself becoming that stereotypical family member. So I know for me, it's definitely I'm the auntie. I'll say the ignorant stuff a lot of times, don't nobody else want to say. I think the minute I noticed I was an auntie, this was my first auntie moment. We were out to lunch, me and the family, and my niece, hi JC, my niece Jace at the time, she probably was about like 7, 8 years old. And she goes, oh, can we get appetizers? I said, you got appetizer money?
You said that?
And in the moment, I saw her face like just kind of drop.
So I have this thing where I'm always, when it comes to kids, I'm always like, you can't say anything. Like, you know how parents will be like, the you got McDonald's money?
Yeah.
I'm like, off limits. You can never say that to a kid. Like, it's just like I never want to know. I never want people to talk down on their finances to kids ever. I'm like,
They,
I'm like,
who, who got damn finances?
like,
She good. You're the little broke best friend that ain't got no money.
right. I never want I never want kids to be like, oh, my parents didn't have something.
Oh, I can't wait. Them kids going to be running through you. Like, you see how you was late today? This is going to be a regular. Because when they be busting you upside your head.
I was late today. I was late today because my wife and I have this thing where we cook dinner together, and usually we do it at 6:30. So I had to do my part, which is like chopping up the vegetables tonight and stuff like that. So I was late
Oh,
handling business.
she got you on that clock. That's what I'm talking about,
No,
Tima. Get him in there.
I would say like cooking together is probably like the most fun thing ever, and it also holds you accountable because you're like, I'm not gonna eat really late at night, because if it's somebody else and it's yourself or whatever, you're like, okay, let's cook this together and we'll eat it together. It's
I
fun.
like that. Dat0417 says, my niece calls, she said, my niece calls me aunt and she is 2 years, I want to say younger than her. Mind you, she never called me that growing up. You know what? That's so funny that you say that because I have an uncle and we are, I believe, 4 years apart. He's my 4 years older than me.
Mhm.
So growing up, I would never call him uncle because it was weird. Like, if anything, we grew up like brother and sister. Like, that's how close we were. We had the brother sister fights and everything. But in adulthood, I don't call him Uncle Terrell. I just say, what's up, Unc? But it's weird. It's weird how you do that in adulthood. I don't know. I guess it's like you look at it as a sign of respect, or it's like, let me try this out. Let's see how if this sticks.
With like the uncles and aunts and stuff like that, it's just it's not, I always call them like uncle whatever, but it's just and they're also like older than me too, but it's like I don't feel comfortable having certain conversations with them, like when they're talking like the real family business and spilling the family tea and stuff like that. I don't feel like I should be a part of that, like, so I kind of like
Because you still feel little sons,
yeah,
like.
yeah, like I like they'll be talking to me about certain things and I'm like, oh, I'm this is Dexter, like, we don't, I'm too young for this. But
And see, I'm different.
I'm 30.
I'm like,
I'm 34, so like I'm old enough to be in the conversation. You
yeah,
know what messed me up? The last Christmas, one of the Christmases, we went to my uncle's house and we were all sitting around and we were talking, and they were like, my grandmom's name was Gran. We called her Gran. They were like, yeah, like Mr. Jim was definitely Gran's boyfriend, and I was like, see, I'm out. I don't need to know that my.
now listen.
I don't need to know it. I'm good. I'm good. But
And
what?
he said, I'm like, oh, you ain't know?
Exactly. And it's funny because with my nieces and nephews, I try to be the fun uncle. Like, so like my wife and I were talking out today and I'm like, oh, this weekend is Easter. So like we always make Easter baskets for like our nieces and nephews. But now we have 10. And I'm like, I don't know about Easter baskets this year.
They might still be into it. At the end of the day, it's always about the togetherness of the kids.
I don't know if I can afford to do 10 Easter baskets. Like,
Exactly.
older, so it's not like you can just get them one in the $5 baskets in the store. You got to actually put some work into it. And
Well,
I have that.
take this money and go. The kids want the money all day. Give them the money.
Wait, the money, but just imagine that with 10 of them.
Give all that time and good effort you was gonna put into stuffing those. You knew how it was when you got money chopped on the playground. I'm rich, y'all. Y'all want ice cream? You be the man. You be the man or the woman with dollars at the ice cream truck with the kids. Give them that. That's what they want. And spray.
It used to be the rich uncle. Like on my side, I am like the rich uncle. Like I really like throw the money out to my kids. But it's only 4 of them on my side. But adding her side into it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So entertain me. Say everybody get $10 a piece. There you go. And we're done. We're over it.
And we're egg hunt too. I'm hosting it.
I have not. Well, I don't have any reason. I haven't done an Easter egg hunt in years. It's so funny. When I have kids, I'm gonna have to start all this over again. But I think for me, like I really like stuff like that, so I think I'll enjoy it a
Mhm.
lot. Sometimes it kind of bums me out when I don't have kids because I'm like, if I show up, I'm gonna look like the weirdo.
No, you won't.
But that's okay. When I'm tired of him, I'll send him to Uncle Dexter's house. He gonna have all the fun plans. He gonna do the manual labor over there. Uncle Dexter and Aunt Tima got you.
I love kids. I love like hanging out with kids and stuff like that. I don't know if I would do it with my own, but like I love kids. It's fun.
Oh, that sounds like a real that to me that sound like I love kids, but it was really saying keep your little nigglings over there. Don't
Well,
bring them over
it's
here.
fun when you can give them back. Like, but it's weird because I'm having friends now who are having kids, and it does give me that itch to be like, I'm ready to have kids as well. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
It'll come. It's a look.
Like,
Marjan said she waiting on you to have them, baby.
so me too. Then I go.
Like Tammy said, she said, I think I'll like the stuff like that. Because Tammy, if I don't like it, me and the babies, we're gonna have to figure something out. Because mommy is a part of this too. So we gotta come
to an agreement.
to something we can agree on. Now that's the problem. That's the problem with these kids today, and we'll get into that. That's why they slapping these teachers in the face because y'all grandmothers and great aunts didn't make y'all sit down and watch Wheel of Fortune and saying, "Don't you touch my TV."
Look, the new grandmoms are 40 and they in the club. When grandma was 40.
They in the club. Y'all watching Power together. They watching it with the grandkids.
And the grandma be like, "Don't touch my TV. Mary J. Blige is on."
That's the disconnect right there. So maybe I will get into the old school. Sit down. We watching Jeopardy. Oh, watching Jeopardy as a 5-year-old. That is some torture right there. I'm just thinking of the sleepovers with different great aunts. My aunt, oh my God rest her soul. My aunt Thelma, that was my pop sister. My mom used to love sending me over there, and all I remember is laying in the bed next to her watching Jeopardy all night and Wheel of Fortune. And then in the morning, she would make us breakfast. And the syrup she would have was called King. I said, I don't like that. And it's in the markets today, and she used to be like, eat it. And I could not get up from the table without eating them pancakes with that nasty syrup on it. That's what these kids need in their life.
Yeah, I never had that. Like my we're getting off topic. See, remember we said we're gonna be more structured and not even gonna say it. But I'll just say this. My childhood wasn't like that. My grandmom actually used to let us watch what we wanted to watch, and she would enjoy it with us. Yeah.
You're a good one.
I'm telling
Also, Chocolate, you don't have to be married to have kids. You can start now. Well, baby, these checks ain't cashing enough for no kids right now.
Well, you get with a guy whose checks are cashing, and then it's his responsibility. Ain't that what Black China do?
That's why she's suing up Kardashians for $300 million. Listen, sweetie, I'm not trying to be that Sue. Like, you sound like my brother. What is this with men? Like, we'll get into the show. But my brother goes, I remember back in the day, damn, why you just don't get pregnant by like an NBA player or an athlete or something? What's wrong with you? Are y'all okay?
I mean, everybody else doing it. Right?
What's wrong with y'all? Do you want to be used or not, men? Which one? What is it?
I mean, wants to be used, but if you know a girl and it's kind of like a, hey, like, you gonna be with us, or you gonna be with like, come on, like.
And Entertain Me says she want that husband first, not no baby daddy. Somebody, hi guys, Toy, you look cute on Saturday. Oh, thank you, Miss Nat. Yeah, guys. So Saturday was an amazing event that we do every year at work. WDAS. It's Women of Excellence, and Lord, when I tell you,
I heard people were shocked when they saw you. They did not know what you were gonna have on, and they were like, "Oh, what you got on?" That's what I heard.
Stop capping.
No,
Just stop.
I did hear that from. I don't want to say who it was, but I can tell you the initials.
Why are you trying to make me laugh? What is it?
I can't say it because people might.
BS?
It's a B in there. Yep. BMW.
Also, Dylan, I got an offer to have a child. Dylan, he said he's dying to have a baby, so I'll keep him posted. Dylan, I'll hit you up in about a year. Within the year, I'll follow up. If something don't come through, then we might as well just go ahead and get this popping. M. Those are the initials.
Entertain Me said her mom was honored at Women of Excellence.
Oh wait, Entertain Me, who's your mother? We'll talk about it later, but that is amazing. Yeah, no, honestly, Dexter, I think this was one of the best ones. Like, and I've worked them about 6 years.
What does this have to do with the show? See, you be the one off track, not me.
Our people love it. They're here. They're engaged in the conversation. This is what sets us apart from everybody else, Dexter. It's good conversation. It brings them in. We're not just going on and firing off topics. Anybody can do that, right?
With their voices. Out to Tuscan too. If you guys are into colognes, like this guy is. Let me tell you what happened the other day. See, now look at me off topic. This guy.
Wait, I'm sorry. Entertain Me. Your mother is Boomy? We gotta talk. That is amazing. Go ahead, Dexter. I'm sorry.
If you're
Lord.
like he's like the cologne connoisseur, right? So the other day, like I went, you know me, I always buy colognes. So the other day I went out and I bought this cologne, right? It's called Millions. I smelled it, I bought it or whatever. And then he posted about it. And Toya, like, you ever like realize somebody's an influence in your life and you don't really like realize, you don't say it or whatever? I saw that he had posted the Millions like cologne and I knew that I had bought it a week prior, it was my head. Like I was just like, see, I know what I'm doing. Because
so you were happy that you were ahead of the trend, basically.
Yes, and also
because he is the trendsetter.
For me, yeah.
So,
I consider myself a cologne connoisseur. Like I always tell other people what I think makes sense for them. So to know that like I'm on the same path with other people, I'm just new business alert.
Well, go ahead, Dexter. Let's get into a little bit of local-ish stuff. Joe said, and then our city council people here in Philadelphia said on the 18th, those masks are coming back. And the CDC said today it's going to be, and that they're going to extend it until sometime in May. Some people are like, my mask never came off. Some people are like, F this, it's cat, whatever. I'm going to put my mask on and go in these buildings and continue to live my life. But I'm wondering how many people are going to fight this.
Well, I will say, like, when I go in the stores now, I don't see people wearing masks. Like, it just kind of, like, completely, like, disappeared. And they did say it was okay, like, you know, caution yourself, but you don't have to always, like, wear a mask or whatever. Well, people have taken that very literal, and they were not wearing masks, so much so that I wasn't even doing it. Like, I've actually kind of stopped wearing masks.
Yes.
I do think come the 18th, it's going to be a challenge for me. Like, I'll bring them here and there, like, and I'll wear them here and there, but I don't wear masks like I used to. And
yeah.
So, like, I'm definitely a little concerned for myself come the 18th because, like, I work from home, too, so I don't really go out that often, and I try to do something daily to get some fresh air. So, like, putting that mask on is definitely going to be a challenge for me.
I don't know. It's one of those things. At this point, it's neither here nor there. Put your mask on, take them off. Can y'all just not get out here and act like jackasses come the 18th, at least here in Philadelphia? Please let somebody else deal with that mess. When you go out your house, if you're in public spaces, unless it is outside, put the damn mask on. I don't want to do this again. I just don't. I'm so past fighting over masks, fighting over toilet paper. I'm past it, and I never want to see those days again. Caprice McGill said she worked in a hospital and she never took it off. So yeah, some people will be much easier. Like, well, I ain't never take it off, but just put y'all damn mask back on the 18th. And I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Leave it alone.
Huh?
I said just leave it alone. Put the mask on and let's go.
And go. Actually, this is another. It's actually a local story. Briarcliff Fire Company. Y'all got some ish with y'all. I believe this is the same one in Glen Olden. So they have been put on a 90-day suspension for being racist at the firehouse. People were caught on camera saying disparaging remarks about other Black employees there. They were talking about there are way too many Black people moving to the neighborhood. Moving to the neighborhood, sweetie, we've been here. What y'all talking about? And this, mind you, I posted in my story like a couple of months ago. I was riding by it and there was a street sign, like a speed sign. You know, normally it'll say 15. It was 15 and a half. So not only are y'all being racist, y'all sitting here playing with our tax dollars. I knew this was coming. And let's be clear, it is, people are like, well, because at first I was like, well, how are they going to close it down? It's a fire station. Did you know that they build these for volunteers?
I have heard of volunteer firefighters. I have heard of it.
I didn't know that they build separate and own facilities for that.
I didn't know that, but it kind of makes sense though, because you don't want them mixing in with the regular firefighters. At that point, y'all in the way.
Yeah, that's true. But the regular firefighters got to tell y'all what to do, and maybe they don't get that active. So maybe it was the firefighters union said, y'all can. I know y'all want to be affiliated, but you can't sit with us. So give them another building.
Yeah.
Okay. So at first, Dexter, this morning, I did not think we'd have a whole lot to talk about, but shit popped the hell off. Actually, this started, I think, yesterday. Gilly, for $1 million worth of game, Philadelphia's own Barstool Sports. The week started with his IG being taken away from him, suspended. Dex, you know more about this story than I do, so can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, well, from what I've seen, Wiz Khalifa, I don't know how recent the Wiz Khalifa video was, but I've seen it circulating where he's basically in the gym kickboxing. But he's in the gym kickboxing and his shorts are like, they're just very short, like the shorts that he has on. And like, you know, like, first off, I will say this. I saw this posted more so from women. Women were posting this, and they were posting it because you could see his penis print. So like I guess he saw it and he was like, yeah, you should put some shorts on. And, you know, kind of like made jokes and stuff like that about the shorts being too short and all that kind of stuff like that. Well, apparently Wiz Khalifa thought that this was bullying and reported it to Instagram, and Instagram pulled the page down.
Wait, do they have prior beef or something? Because I feel like everybody in Hollywood now has these beefs that maybe we don't know about because...
Yeah.
Why is that your reaction?
You know, but truthfully, I'm not really mad at Wiz's reaction to it. Like, I do think that we should have the freedom to post what we want to post on social media. And I do think this mindset that we have, and I don't know if it's everybody, but I know it's African Americans, we have this mindset where we feel like we can say whatever we want to say. Like making jokes about people is a pastime, fun for us to do it. And if he or someone else was offended by what they were saying and what was being said, I can understand why they would say something about it. Protective Style said that Wiz said he didn't report it, which is true. He did say that, but
he probably couldn't have.
That he reported it, and like honestly, I don't really see anybody else reporting it. Like, why would I care that you're talking about his shorts being too short?
Well, you know, people sit here and will report for no damn reason for less. So, you know, you have the crazy people. Oh, Wiz is my guy. You can't talk to him like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep reporting. You know, people got armies out here. So rather was Will, but I'm guessing he clearly showed that he was in his feelings about it. I'll just say this. You can throw things out there. Every action has a reaction. And a lot of times, like, you can't control the reaction. You don't know what's going to happen. So, Wiz, you up here on the gram in your drawers working out, people are going to have reactions for you. So I don't know. I just hope that this doesn't turn into anything like major or real. And Wiz, lighten up a little bit. We're having fun. That's what we all going here. And it's Instagram. It's not Facebook. When we kind of talked about this before, Dex, a few weeks ago when I got off my suspension. We come here to be ratchet and have fun with our friends. Like that's kind of the purpose. And just all this censorship. Now you can't just come. I'm against just trying to drag somebody completely. But come on, can't we just have fun a little bit? All right, man, you wasn't feeling what I said. Play. I apologize. I won't mess with you like that no more because everybody can't take a joke, and it just is what it is. Marjan actually mentioned the New York subway shooter. Assailant has been is locked up now. I believe he's 63-year-old. His name is Frank James. At this moment, we still have no clue what made him decide to get up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to go throw some gas bombs or tear gas bombs in the subway and just randomly shoot at people. Thank God no one has passed from this incident. But it's so funny because, it's not funny, but and now I'm starting to see the things trickle where people are shocked this was a black person. 62 years old. Thank you.
Immediately shocked, stunned.
I don't know why. I wasn't.
See, when I saw that he was black, I was like, I don't know. I just didn't expect that. I don't know why. I just
because traditionally those aren't our crimes. Like we don't do stuff like that, but now we're just in such a weird space and day and age that now like people are just committing crimes just because. So I'm like, I think maybe if it was prior to COVID, I definitely would have been like, now I know damn well. But now, and everybody's just so loopy and just off, and so many weird things are happening. I'm just like, when it came out, it was him. I was like,
but it was more to it than just him being black too. Like when I saw the picture, I'm like, this. I don't know. I just like. This seemed like it was something that just wasn't a random off the cuff thing. Like you planned this out. Like this was definitely a planned thing. And I don't know. I just kind of assumed that this is something that a younger person would do. Like he's 62 years old. Like it just doesn't seem like something that a 60-year-old would be doing. It just feels very young and like. I don't know. It's shocking to see an older person doing something like that. Like it really was like shocking.
And entertainment said, my dad just said, black people don't do stuff like that.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say black people don't commit crimes. Like we definitely are like
what like that. She was saying
it just seemed a bit more planned out. Like to be honest with you, I was reading the comments on like the CBS. People on CBS are really racist too. It's kind of scary actually. But like on the CBS Philly Facebook page, like when they post stories or whatever, the comments are always like, Jesus, like. But they were like, this is a fake story. Like this is a planned actor that did this. There's no way that this happened. And it was weird because honestly, I'm starting to believe it because one, this situation happened, right? And remember, I texted you, I was like, this feels like a terrorist attack. Like there's no way. And then they were like, no, it's just some regular man that just did this. But how do you throw smoke bombs on a crowded subway, shoot people, nobody dies, and then immediately the conversation goes to gun control? Like this just feels a little suspicious to me.
And I noticed people were saying like, his eyes, something don't look right with his eyes. And I'm like, I'm just backing out because all I know is that a crazed man went into a subway, started shooting. The intent was to, if not kill people, hurt people. Thank God it didn't happen. So I'm just dealing with the situation of what it is. And I'm just glad they got him off of the streets.
Who does stuff like this and then not, and just continue to run? Like when people do stuff like this, they usually turn the gun on themselves. He didn't do that. Like this just doesn't feel
to the McDonald's. He was hungry.
Weird.
Pick it up. I mean, listen, when what comes to tragedy like that, you can't make sense of it. You can't, because we're dealing with mentally, like, there's definitely some mental issues here. And I think with me, when it comes to mass shootings and black people, that went out the window for me with DC Sniper. Because I remember being a kid and like, as a kid, I was like, I know this a damn white man. And then you're going to sit there and it's not one, but two black men.
Well, it was really just one. That other boy.
Well, one was a boy, but still, it's two of them.
But even with that, like all these situations make sense though. Like every like mass shooting situation, like as crazy as they all like you can piece some things together and you be like, oh, this is why this happened, and there's a story behind it. With this, rented this truck in Philadelphia and drove to New York to like it just I don't know. It's just a little bizarre to me. It just feels weird.
Well, trust me, as time goes on, as the days go on, we will, especially that he is alive, I'm sure we will hear more. And if he decides that the reason why he did it was because I just felt like it, we have to be accepting of it and just be thankful that nobody died.
Wait, and you know what's crazy? Like, he didn't even kill anybody. So, like, would the death penalty even be on the table? Like, nobody died.
Not that I know. I mean, the harsh consequences, trust me, they're going to try to throw his ass. Hey, TJ Madison, baby, they're going to try to throw his ass up under the jail.
But, like,
you can't, maybe attempted murder, you could, because that was the intent. But you can't just charge him for murder because nobody died.
But they don't do the death penalty in New York anyway, though. So, I guess.
They don't? Okay, so.
It's usually the death penalty is in the South. Because, you know.
Yeah.
Behind the.
And they try. where your lineage is from. Also, okay, so there was another story that happened earlier this week, but it's trickling over in today. More $1 million worth of game tea. Child, they done hit it. I heard that. They had Cam Newton on Barstool Sports, and they were, I don't know why I guess the conversation at some point deviated into like what makes a good woman or a good spouse. And Cam says, he said something, please don't quote me, but something to the thing of a woman being home, you don't even cook, you don't know how to take care of a man, she don't know how to be quiet, or when she doesn't know how to be quiet, to let a man lead. What are your thoughts on this as a man, Dexter? And just threw everybody through a tizzy fit all day today on every news outlet. This is what people were talking about.
One of the things that like I took from what he was saying is that women have been forced to be independent, and they've given themselves like this independent mindset of just like, I'm independent, I'm a bad B word, this, that, and the third. I don't need a man for nothing. And which is true, but also these women, men though, like they are actually in relationships and they still have this same mindset. And like it does get a little dangerous though, honestly. Like and maybe people don't like the way it was delivered, but if you are in a relationship with someone and you have the mindset of I'm an independent person, I don't need a relationship, so forth and so on, you do run into issues. Like you really are going to issues with that other person. Now granted, needed to present it the way that he did, and I truthfully don't really feel like you should present things like that out loud anyway. That should be between you and your partner, because some people are okay with it. But I think though, I really do think though, like if you're not okay with it, you talk to your partner. But I get where he was coming from in a sense of there are women who are in relationships who feel like they're still single. And like you guys honestly will never make it if that's how y'all are. Like when you're in a relationship with someone, and my therapist will tell you this, when you're in a relationship with someone, you guys got to meet each other equally. Like there is no like. But
that's the key word that you said. It has to be. We got to meet each other where we at.
You have to, because if you don't, I have situations like this where the woman feels like she can't be led by that man. Like
thank you.
There's a lot of men who want to be leaders and essentially like have the money and all the bills, and they are leading their household, but they're leading it simply based on their actions. They're not, simply based on their money and stuff like that. They're not leading it based on their actions, because she's not feeling secure. She's feeling like a bill. She's feeling like a problem.
Thank you.
And don't get me wrong though, there's some women out here who are in relationships who are a bill, who are a problem, but you can't treat every woman like that. Like you just can't do that.
No. Okay. And it's a plug-in. And another thing is, people will always, and this is guys and this is men and women included. It's always like, what you don't do, this and that. This person don't do this. This person doesn't do that. But why are you not looking at yourself? Because it takes two to tangle. So you ever thought maybe it's something that I'm not doing? Maybe that's why I'm not getting the results that I think I should be getting. And at the end of the day, have a conversation. Define the lines of what this relationship is going to look like. The problem is people just jump in it, whether they're in a relationship or marriage, and we're married now and this is it, but you're not talking about systems that are put in place. You have one idea of what marriage is, and the other person has an idea of what marriage is. Earlier, you sent me this week. You sent me this video, I guess, of some rapper guy, and he was sitting there saying,
Mm-hmm.
talking crazy. I mean, the points he made were somewhat valid. Where he's like, "Oh well, I'm sitting in a house and you ain't been home. You've been home all day. You ain't cleaned nothing. It's poop on the floor. And then I ask you about it. Your thing says your response to me asking you about the poop. Oh yeah, I saw that too. Well, you've been sitting home all day. But at the end of the day, sir, like you know, 9 times out of 10, she wasn't never cleaning up no poop before you got with this woman. Now that you said, okay, she's going to be mine, which if she wasn't picking up poop prior to, why do you think she's going to pick up poop now? And was this ever discussed? And sir, are you looking for a maid or are you looking for a spouse? Not saying that poop on the ground is, I'm just using that because that's the example that he gave. You should clean it up because it's nasty, but still.
If you were at home all day and I acknowledge that I'm seeing this and you tell me that, oh yeah, I saw it, I was going to get to it, I don't really
I'm
have
annoyed.
station. I'm with him. Like, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go. I don't care if you did this before or not. I'm out. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
bad hygiene and finances are like, if you can't get that together, don't get married, don't get in a relationship. Because, like, I'm telling you, when it comes to finances, people are insane. Like, there are men, there are women too out here who think because they're paying their bills. I'll put it like this: there are men who feel like because they're paying all the bills, they have open ground to say and do whatever they want. And I can guarantee you, this is how Cam Newton is too. I'm pretty sure, like in his relationship, he's paying all the bills, so he feels like he can say what he wants to say, do what he wants to. We have to follow the line. But there's also a lot of women out here who have this mindset of like, I want to be taken care of. I don't want to work. And the man's going to take care of all the bills. That comes with consequences often.
Yes, it does.
There's a lot of men who are not going to just do that and expect you not to do anything back. And like, honestly, I think if you're living like that, you kind of have to lose the boss bitch mentality. Like, you're not a boss bitch if you're not taking care of yourself. Like, somebody else is funding your lifestyle. Maybe don't call yourself that and don't present yourself that way, because then he's going to be looking at it of just kind of like, yeah, but I made you this.
Yeah.
And you got to answer to that. You got to own that. And it's just not not good.
And I know it's sad because a lot of people don't want to hear this thing, but it's true. I'm just going from the stock of women that raised me. And it's always been, no matter what he has, and he better be coming with something, but no matter what he has, it is always crucial to kind of maintain your own.
Yeah.
But I think coming from a woman who's always used to getting it, and that it's a lot of times so here's another thing too. You have a lot of men who feel as though they're the leader just because I am the man and I'm making the money. It takes more than you being a man and just making money to lead. A lot of them don't even have the true qualifications of what being a real leader is. And women get frustrated with that. But girl, if that is what you are seeing, that is not the man for you, and you need to exit, because it's only going to cause you to be more bitter going on down the line. And unless you are healed, you spend the time to work on yourself through therapy, meditation, build a relationship with God, or whatever the case may be, you will always carry that on into the next situationship. And that's not what you want. So I'm not going to sit there and say, let every man, of course you don't, because you ain't gonna let every man just come in the picture and lead, especially if you ain't got no damn leader qualifications.
Right.
But for me, I like my man to lead. Like, I want to sit there and be the cute little lady sitting and let him do it. But it is a struggle to be like, all right, girl, sit back. Put your hands down. I know you can get up there and do it, but let him do it because a man needs that. A man needs to feel like a man. He needs to feel needed, and I'm a contributing member to that. So, ladies, it's okay. Now, don't let everybody man that you date with this damn mentality. I think that's another thing. A lot of women we get with men, and we keep this mentality with all of them. Everybody don't get the same exact treatment. Okay.
I think there are certain moments where you need to learn your partner, and I think what Marjan is saying, they're a really good example of that, because there are certain me personally, there are certain things that as a man, like, I don't necessarily need to lead on this. Like, I don't need to be the lead. Like, if your car breaks down, call AAA before you call me. Like, let me know that it happened. But there's really not much that I can do. Like, I can come over and I can keep you company. I can talk to you, but I can't do much of it. And like, I'm okay and I'm secure with it. And you got to express that, because if you don't, like, you're going to run into those situations where she then calls you. And it's just like, I don't think I'm going to do is call AAA. And you could have done that before I got involved in this situation.
You getting that call before you getting that call. As my man, you're getting that damn call. But if I know,
then
because you need to be worried about my safety, if something happens to me, I'm the first. You are getting the first call. Now I know you ain't that kind of man that don't know how to fix no shit. So of course I'm gonna call AAA. They coming. But baby, I'm letting you know this is what's going on.
let's do the reverse though. Let's call AAA.
No.
For me, look, one of my biggest things is to take care of home, right? And when I say take care of home, that means take care of me. So like, if I'm somewhere or something's going on, I'm gonna handle the situation first. Then call you and let you know what the situation is. Because one thing I don't do is waste time. The last thing that I would ever want somebody to do is to know that I can't handle a situation and then call me to vent and talk about the situation and then be like, okay, well, let me call you back because I got to call the person who can handle it. That's retarded.
Because you got to be supportive. I'm out here on this road by myself.
Yeah.
Get your ass down here, be out here with me while my fat ass, I said while Chick-fil-A come.
I can be supportive all day long, and it's easy to be supportive if I know the situation's handled. But like, there's no for us both to be panicked about the same situation, especially if we know how to handle the situation.
I'm sorry, my fat ass. Allie Kipper made turkey wings again. Now, Allie Kipper, you done said you did it. Did you break? You gonna put a plate aside? Because you and Trey, I'm about to get on both of y'all. Now, I got on Trey last week. Allie Kipper just be sitting up there. He's another one be cooking, and they're gonna get on here and tell me how he done made turkey wings and they offer a plate. Now I know you in Philly. I'll pull up. I'm sorry. You know how we always got to break character. But no, I think with me, I'm the type of woman, like, at the end of the day, no matter what, I want to feel like protected and connected, like my man has my interests at heart. So maybe the fact that you can't really aid the exact situation that's happening right now, you're going to sit on this phone. You're going to do something. If you're going to offer to come down and, baby, you need help. And most times nine times out of 10, he knows that she's going to be like, no, it's cool. I got it. But the fact is, we're in this together. Yep. Okay. That's what we are.
First question is it handled too, though? Like, you need to know, like,
yes.
One thing I think that women really need to do better, honestly, is like, you need to give your significant other man, you need to give him like some comfort when you're calling him in a panic. Like, don't call, like, you shouldn't do that to nobody. You should never call anybody in a panic and just be like, I don't know what to do. Like, that would drive me crazy. Like, I wouldn't know how to handle that situation.
You gotta come with a plan.
Like, you gotta be like, look, I've already called AAA. This is what's going on. To know what's happening, and then like, he can come down there and help you out or whatever, try to figure it out on his own. But like, to call him and be like, hey, my car stopped. What like, where? Like, what? I would be pissed.
These are the coordinates. Can you come down? You have, I mean, again, if he has experience with cars. I don't think I've ever dealt with a man that didn't have experience with fixing things. So for me, that's usually the first one I'm going to call. Like, nigga, you be in the car you be out back working on your car all motherfucking day.
Yeah.
Get down here and see what's going on.
That makes sense. I think that makes sense. this situation, but I also think that if you dated someone who didn't know anything about cars, you can't go into a relationship with that expectation.
No,
Like, you got to be,
no, definitely not.
this dude don't know.
Now, but I am still expecting you to support me through this. This is a tragic, or not a tragic, but it's a difficult situation. That's what we're here for, to rely on each other. The same way if you're going through something difficult and you just need me in that moment, baby, I'm here. I got you. What would you like me to do to help aid you in this situation? But everybody ain't like that, so that's okay, Dexter. That, Fatima, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Like, I think that is insane. I was messing up. I think that is insane. I think that is crazy to be like, I don't know what's going on in this situation, but I'm calling you to tell you about it. And it's just like, okay.
Child, Marjan said my niece tried to get a bus to Arizona and she missed the bus 2 times and she drove to pick her up.
I'm doing that
right away. Things like that. My car stopped on Oxford, PA. I called Dad while Elle and Chris was in the car. I needed my dad to tell me what to do. I won't do that now, though. So now, I guess, assuming, so my entertainment, so that is, as a woman, when I don't have a man, of course, you call your father. That's what you do.
Wait, them boys was in the car and they didn't do nothing? Ooh.
Well, you don't know what to do.
They know first. They would know what to do.
Well, now she said they do, so I'm assuming. So that's why she doesn't have to call her dad anymore.
You know Elle and Chris. Lawrence and Chris.
What? Huh?
Lawrence and Chris. That's what she's talking about.
Ah! Okay. But so that was going on. So this is one of those conversations that'll happen all week. I kind of like, they're entertaining, but I hate how it just brings nastiness out of people. At the end of the day, do what's best for you and your damn relationship. Like, it's whatever define, whatever lines that fit for you guys, make it happen. It is what it is. Today things blew up. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but here we are. Benzino. There was a video release of Benzino being recently outed by a transgender.
Now, what does outed mean in this conversation? Because I've seen a lot of people that said that he shouldn't have been outed. How was he outed?
So outed, we have no public knowledge of you tipping and dipping.
But he wasn't.
So according to the phone call that I heard, he was considering it on the phone with this woman.
With a transgender woman. He was in a relationship, situationship, whatever, with a transgender woman. But it's a woman. It's a transgender woman. So, like, what's the issue here?
I'm going to let you handle that one. I'm not even going to go down that road.
Like, if you make things a situation, then they're gonna be a situation. If this was me in this situation, but you know me though, I live my truth 100%. Like, I'm not one of those people. Like, I'm gonna be me all day, every day, 110%. Like, so if this was me in this situation and somebody's like putting this stuff out about me, it's like, yeah, like, I'm dating this woman. Like, this is what it is. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me for you to be. He's getting,
okay, so that's weird for you, but you are not apparently a part of hip hop culture, and we do clearly know that this thing is still very taboo. So this is what I will have to say. In that moment, for this woman to prove her point, to sit there and spill their business, I don't agree with anybody doing that. Put no matter what gender you subscribe to, if it happens behind closed doors, we're adults, we should keep it there.
Now,
but do I think it's okay for you to give information about somebody when they're clearly not sure how they're feeling about it, or if they're trying to work it through their mental psyche? That is unfair. You don't do that to people. I'm sorry. Those are boundaries you don't cross.
I don't agree. I disagree, because if it was you in this situation and this is something that you told me as your friend, I agree. That's none of my business to put out.
Mhm.
Me and you are in this situation together. It's not your business. It's my business too. So like I'm putting my own business out there. If you didn't want it to be put out there, you should have been doing it.
No, you could have told your business and not
Yeah,
played a
you were right.
recording for the world to listen to.
And you were
So when my lawyers contact you, and here's the thing, not that I'm respectful of people's processing and what you have to go through. F what the world thinks. If he wants to be with a bunch of transgender women, so be it.
that's fine.
Live your
But
best life.
you
But
know,
I don't think it's okay for people to sit here and make fun of this man with the intent to trying to drag him for it.
well,
That is not okay,
well,
especially when he's in a state of still trying to figure out what it
people
is I'm really into.
people can drag you.
Continue.
People can't drag you about anything if you're open about it and if you're honest about it. And granted, I understand that he's still in the struggle, trying to figure himself out and all that kind of stuff like that. But the way I feel about that is that you just shouldn't be doing it. If you're not comfortable with living your truth and being out there and doing what you're doing publicly, then you shouldn't be doing it privately. I just subscribe by that. I've always lived by that. I don't hide
Mhm.
what I do, and I don't think other
Yeah, well, I
people.
think we're definitely going to agree to disagree on this. Now, I'm not saying if Zeno is comfortable with it, okay, but now listen, this has happened before. Now, years ago, they tried to drag Jazzy Faye for this too.
Right,
Jazzy Faye said, "Y'all see it?
and that's why.
Years
And
we've been hearing Mr. C. He's been talked about allegedly legendary New York DJ for years, and he's been known to deal with transgender women.
yes,
And he's quiet. Well, you don't hear nothing from him about it.
and
So that's just is what it is.
and
So
that
I guess they're living their truth, but being quiet about it. This one
and
is
I'm
still trying to figure his truth out, I guess.
I'm with that, but like, don't get defensive. Like, nobody's lying on you. Nobody's lying. If it was a situation where a person was really exposing something, then sure, whatever. Like, but nobody's lying about you. Nobody's saying anything negative about you. They're really just exposing a relationship that was there.
Yeah.
If you are that ashamed of it, you shouldn't be in a relationship. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it makes no sense at all to be like,
Oh, so Shorty Page 71 said Mr. C actually came out with it
because he wouldn't
years later.
stop. He wouldn't stop. So it's just like, so it's like, this is your life. This is who you are. Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't understand the mindset and the idea of like getting upset and defensive about somebody who's telling the truth about you. And
I'm going to beg to differ. Well, again, agree. But somebody, we always, because Dex in the show, everybody can't always agree with each other.
no way.
You got to have differences of opinion for it to work.
Well, but this is the same way with these guys, ball players and stuff like that who cheat on their wives and their girlfriends, and then the other one opposes them. Why are you upset with this woman? You did it. You did it. If you do it, you got to be proud. They always say, and like I was younger when I heard this, they say what happens in the dark comes to the light. I strongly believe that, and I stand by that. And like that's why, like when I do stuff, I be on the up and up with my stuff. I ain't doing nothing that I'm gonna have to lie about if it comes out. I'm just not gonna do it.
I mean, let's just say I'm not lying about a thing that come out about me. I'm like, if it come out, you see it, it is what it is. I'm grown, but I'm not gonna sit. I do like though the way somewhat Benzino is handling it because he's bothered by it, but he's not fully irate about it. And I do like that because especially in hip hop culture, we know how they can get,
because he's in love. Like the thing is, he's
I love.
with the woman. Because the thing is, think about it. He wasn't exposed by his friend. People are making fun of him or whatever, but he was exposed by the person who he's in the situation with. Like that's the reason why it's so difficult for him. You can't be mad at something that's actually happening between you and another person. Like you can't be mad at them.
I'm gonna be mad. You tell my business, I can die. I can be any way I want to be. When it comes to you telling my business, sweetie.
Still calling that woman, still on her phone, still trying to get her because you want to be with her. So be open.
I mean it. But here's my thing is to the woman, the trans woman now. Girl, you want it to be a girl. These niggas like to right. This is what they do. Girl, you ain't experiencing nothing. If I got on here and outed or just like told every story of some guy just being a damn not giving me what I wanted in that moment, child, I'll be a millionaire. So that's what I'm saying. Things like this happen. It's every day. So I just don't agree with unless somebody unless you try to kill my cat, you ruin my credit. Or I don't feel the need to get on and blast our business of what we were doing in an intimate, personal moment with each other. And because I'm mad at you because you're not giving me what I want, it's just very juvenile. But again, you wanted to be a woman. Come on. Like welcome, girl.
I agree with that, and also Entertain Me said that like you are allowed to be upset at shared business being put out there, and I would agree with that as well. I don't disagree with it. But it's only so much I can agree with that though. Like you could be upset, but it's like okay, like you did do it with this person. Stop laying down with people you don't trust.
That's true, but a lot of times when a spirit hits you, but you just gotta break clean. You just gotta be clean with it afterward. All right, you can be mad, say what you want, and it clearly goes to show this woman is the real mad person about it, and that's why you're acting out in this way. But if anything, what you're doing, girl, that's not gonna bring this man even any closer to you. And honestly, because you're putting it out there, any other man that was considering you, they probably gonna be like, nah, I'm good because girl, you like to talk, you got a mouth. So be quiet. What does Zeno do?
Benzino was probably like, yeah, she got a mouth.
And also, not to fully go hard for Benzino, because that ain't the case at all. Because who the fuck gets on the gram trying to laugh at their daughter over her success? Because you really, I mean, from what we can tell, all outside of busting a nut and might have been in and out throughout the years, like, how do you take your daughter's success away from her like that? Like, he's trash too, to me. So this is not,
He's jealous. He's jealous.
Exactly.
Shorty Page 71 said, what that mouth do though? That mouth does your runs.
What that mouth do, girl? Another man who's been in the news, it popped off today for his sexual exploitations, rapper Maino. I don't want to call him a one-hit wonder, but
You know,
what's the song next?
that's Shorty Law.
No, but it's one of them type of catchy type songs.
And I'm thinking this is why I'm hot, but that's Mims. He's another.
No. Yes.
I don't have my team.
But he's on like different podcasts and stuff. Maino, in the hip hop world, he is known and he's respected. But recently, y'all stop going on Angela. What is it? What juice does Angela be serving y'all that y'all just be getting on there and think y'all can say anything and the public ain't sitting here watching and we will take it and do this, have fun with it or talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
On Angela Lee's show, he talks about being with white women. And he likes to role play when he has sex with white women. So Angela goes, oh, well, what kind of role play you like to do? Well, I like to play, slave. I like to play runaway slave or a disobedient slave and a white woman, and we having sex together. Maino, you're a clown. You are a clown. But what scares me with this, for him to say that on that show and you think like that was okay to say, have you had these conversations with your boys? And your boys are like, yeah, I know how that is, man. Yeah, man, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. What is the reason? Why do you think that this would be an okay thing or people would be like, yeah, we get it?
High hater. That's what it is. That's the song.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, so now the issue that you're taking with this, is it because he's actually doing it or because he said it out loud?
Both. But it's one of those things, again, it's your personal business. We don't need to know this. And the way you just even offered it up, to me, for you, and I like to role play from time to time.
Like what? We want to know.
I'm not against role playing. I'm not. Like,
Like, what do you be doing?
why do I? Sweetie, you never been to a restaurant with your significant other and just acted like strangers?
That's what you be doing? What you be saying? Like, like a first date type of shit? Like, I don't get it. Let's see.
Not a first date, like we're a little strangers.
Like, you
Hey, hey.
separately?
Or you sit over there and you watch other men try to holler. While you sitting over there, you come and be the hero. Nah, bro, she good. I got her drink. And act like we don't know each other and you're the hero that comes over and saves the day.
Hey, write that down.
But trust me, when that happens, rather, like I said before, I date everybody. If he is white, we ain't going back to be motherfucking
You know,
what
so I don't date white women.
Thomas Jefferson, Sally Mae. That ain't what the fuck is going on when we get home. Do know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I don't date white women, but I don't really have an issue with what he's. I don't think he needs to say it out loud, but I don't really have an issue with him doing that. Like, it's kind of like
Chicken George.
it's kind of like one of those things where typically, if you are role playing, you're doing something that's out of character for you. What's more out of character than that? And then there's a lot of women when they do the role playing situations, they are like captured or something, like damsel in distress type of situation, and it's kind of similar. Like, I don't know. I just don't.
I just couldn't imagine there being with my leg up and my ancestors watching me like, bitch, this is what you want. We done been on these we was sitting up here slaving, couldn't eat, couldn't get beat on, and now you sitting here in the motherfucking bedroom just reenacting it as if our lives was for fun.
And look at me now.
No.
Look at me now.
Huh.
Look at me now. I'm Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream.
The dream getting beat on by this white women's. Actually, I know who advised Maino and who's in his circle where this is okay behavior.
I know you about to say something smart. Who?
Clarence Thomas.
Who's that?
This is Clarence and Jenny behavior right here. Clarence and Jenny.
They said, look, Clarence was black, but he was such a nice guy, so that family can overlook the fact that he was black. Look, if that's what works, that's what works. I really don't have a problem with it. I just would prefer if he and I were friends, I'd be like, yeah, I don't really need to know that kind of stuff. But truthfully, you know this about me. When I'm with friends and the conversation about sex comes up, I'd be like, I'm good on that. I don't want to hear nobody's sex stories. I don't want to talk about. I just am not comfortable.
And he's correct about that, guys. We just had an happy hour this week, and I wasn't listening at the moment, but I heard when Dex perked up. This one, Dex, he really mad or a little tipsy, a mixture of both. I don't want to hear nothing about you sexually.
I was serious. I don't need it. I don't need that. Like, why do you need that? Like, you're grown. I know you're a grown person and you have sex. Like, that is fine. But we don't need to do those. And then, like, I think a lot of, when I was younger with my friends or whatever, we could talk about sex all day long. Like, it's no big deal. Whatever. But now a lot of us are in serious relationships. We're married, like long-term relationships. There's no need for you to be talking about that because I know who you're talking about. I don't need that. I'm good.
Look, I couldn't see. I live for a good adult conversation. Same, I'm with it. It depends. Like some people I don't. That you've seen me excuse myself from a situation because certain people, I just don't want to know certain things about you. And especially when the conversation turns questionable, like I don't even know what this situation is. It makes me uncomfortable listening, so I'm going to remove myself. I'm worried at your comfort level of telling this.
Yeah, but truthfully, when you start these conversations like that, that's where they go. Like, for instance, he literally only said, I role play, and now it's a whole topic because it just don't stop. When you
Nah,
volunteer
he ain't.
little, you volunteer little information to a person, they want to know more. And when you give more, it's just like, I probably shouldn't ask that question in the first place. You're disgusting.
No, I'm gonna ask because I'm gonna ask the question. Ain't nobody tell you to tell us you want Miss Susie down at the big house whipping on your ass while you having sex with her and her calling you all kinds of slaves and Big George and all kinds of, and then yelling for her white slave owner master because this big black George is in here raping on her and hunching on her. Just don't sound like a good time for me. To me.
Folks for different folks. I don't knock it. I just don't think we needed to know about it.
Yeah, we definitely need to know about it. But let's be real. I mean, I don't want to be real, but it'd be nice to kind of have a therapist in here because I'm sure it kind of deals with some type of, there's some self stuff going on in here, Maino, that you might want to get a therapist about because something ain't right. Something ain't fuck right with that damn scenario. And I'm okay with saying that. There's an issue there. Our cousin, Cuba Gooding Jr.,
What's he doing?
you know he my cousin who get on my damn nerves so much, but you love him because you want him to get right. Well, today, he got clipped back in 2018, 2019 before a pandemic from rubbing up on the women's in the bar.
Hey, I just realized we both wearing pink shirts today.
Because you want to be me. You want to be me so bad. Oh, that's TKA Mark. Hi, honey. How are you? How's that beautiful baby? I'm so cute. But yeah, that's our cousin. We love Cuba Gooding Jr., but he be out here doing dumb shit. So today, finally, the court case happened. He had his day of court, and quick, fast, no contest. I did it.
Oh, the
He
group
pled guilty.
roping on the women and stuff. That's what he's there for.
Now, Cuba, get up there and lie if you want to.
Well, most of it was on video, so.
Exactly. Get up there and lie if you. I wish the hell he would.
That is cool.
So that's how you know. This is why I still bang with Cuba, because even though he's my cousin and he get on my damn nerves and down there throwing up on my husband's pool table in the middle of the holiday, Cuba, you won't get your ass beat, and that's why you can't come back in this house. But even with all that said, he still got some sense because he knew to get in front of that judge and say, I did.
Yeah, guilty. Which you are.
Because what are we fighting? What are we fighting against? Cuba, stop drinking and stop running on these women. And also, people, stop doing this to Cuba because y'all know how he is. Y'all will see this man out in public and do things to antagonize him. He a little loopy. He might go to the games having a good time dancing. Ain't nobody else dancing. Let him do that.
Now
Stop.
His friends got to stop him from going out in public because
He was by himself. He had no friends. They been gave up.
if you can't go out without getting in trouble every time you go out, it's probably you at this point. Maybe a rehab facility.
Rehab, a good therapist. Ian, look, can you come back out of retirement for a quick second? I actually love to see that. I would sit and buy a ticket.
I don't know if it'll be entertaining because like he's clearly acknowledging the issue. Like I think she does well with people who act like they're delusional. Like she does better with those people. Because
Yeah, I can see that.
I have a problem, she'll be like, I don't know what to do now. Like I don't what.
I think with you, I just want him to get real help because I know, and I feel like Iyanla will do it in like a hard but a loving tone, like she gives Mother Earth. So that might be what he needs. Cuba, I just want you to get better. Omar, get your brother. Omar is somebody. He is, from what we gather, at least publicly, very unproblematic. You don't hear too much. He let his brother do his own thing. He don't get no involvement. He don't be making no public statements. He ain't challenging nobody to a celebrity boxing match like Chris Rock's brothers are doing with Will Smith. I like Omar.
This check. He's just trying to get a Baby Boy 2 movie done. That's it.
That's it. That's it. Where is Baby Boy 2? What? God, it's so much. Rest in peace to Gilbert Gottfried. He passed away 67 years old. He was battling, he had some heart issues and was dealing with the long-term muscular disease. It's so funny because he's somebody, I don't know why, I just always loved Gilbert Godfrey. And maybe it goes back to childhood, sneaking, watching TV, USA Up All Night. And he used to be the host of that, where they would have like raunchy B-rated movies that I wasn't supposed to be watching when I was 8 years old, but I was.
His voice too.
Yeah, it was just very annoying, but very distinctive. And he had this funny, this lovable characteristic to him. So he will be missed. So rest in peace and prayers to his family. Oh, really back with Maino. Maino, this is how another one, a story this is. Why you get Jim Jones wrapped up into this? Jim,
When I saw Jim talking, I'm done with this.
stop.
I don't.
Jim, we didn't forget. Stop. Ain't nothing joking. You wasn't joking and Maino wasn't joking either. We don't forget. Don't be teaming up together trying to, kill the story. It just is what it is. We know what y'all into, and that's just what it is. Don't come to us trying to, it ain't like that. No, nigga, we heard you. We heard you. It is definitely like that. Our guy, after fighting, after getting burnt up by the fire, dealing with, the wheelchair, the most famous boy in the wheelchair, COVID almost took him out, was in a coma for a few months, according to Ray. He's back. Our guy, Rolling Ray. The internet streets, and I noticed something hasn't felt right on these IG streets lately, and I'm realizing it's because Ray is not here. So now that he's back, he released some news. He's about to be coming not just to your IG streets, but your television streets. Him and
nowhere else.
What?
Zeus Network and nowhere else. And guess what? I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna do it. I am good on that. So whatever.
Oh no, for Ray.
I'll catch the clips, but I ain't buying it.
For Ray, I'm in it. I said it, and I would have been in there for Andrew. But I was about it. But once I heard Andrew was only one episode, I'm gonna keep my little coin. I don't need that. If Ray can give me a full season of whatever it is, Zeus, you got my coin for that. I'm gonna take it back though after it's over. But for that moment, you got my coin.
Give me your login. I'll go in there and peruse.
And yes, I will be providing logins for people, for friends.
Again, X, if we heard about T.I. Yeah, I mean, T.I. just does stupid stuff every other week. It's just, at this point, it's
yeah. I'm over it.
Hear more about from T.I. is that sexual assault case. Talk about that. I don't want to hear you abusing women and talking about your comedy career. I want you to talk about this very real situation that we saw you and your wife involved in that neither one of you guys addressed. Talk about that.
And hello, a hit dog holler, because the girl, once reviewing the tape, she said something. She didn't get into details. She just threw it out there. And the way he attacked her, so nasty and just full of visceral.
Yeah.
Her dog holler. And we just gonna keep it at that. So again, I'm just over T.I. I wish you the best. Go ahead with your comedy, but it is what it is. Let's see. We'll do one more thing. No, it might be time to go. Oh, if anybody's been looking for we'll keep this for next week. The schools, because I kind of want to have a conversation about the schools.
We definitely
and what's going.
Yeah.
And what's going on? Huh?
Yeah. Let's on Monday. We will break down what's going on in the schools across the country. This is a good conversation that I don't want you guys to miss.
Yeah, it is needed. It'll be entertaining, if nothing less. Hopefully, it'll be an entertaining spin, but some real shit at the same time, and the issues need to be addressed.
And hopefully no more stories are added to it this week that we're coming into. But I'm sure there will be, because there's a lot of
every time you turn around, it's another one. Just prayers for these teachers out here. That's all I'm going to say to that, but we will pick back up on it on Monday. On Friday, actually, guys, please make sure you will please do the Fridays with Patty Jackson on YouTube. You are We'll talk about it. Margie, you might see us coming back at you, sweetie. The trio might be back from time to time, so we will keep you guys posted. Well, actually, this Friday I'm doing another speaking roundtable talk with my girl Joyce Culling. You can find it on Joyce All Knowing on her YouTube page, and then after it airs, well, I'll place it on my YouTube page. And she's calling hers the Purple Table Talk, which I kind of like the purple. I mean, and she doesn't realize purple is my favorite color, but she was like, she picked purple because it's like regal and it's queendom. We're leading, it's crown. We ain't gonna be messy with the red tableness because red just says alert, alert, alert. We want y'all to come here and find peace and regality. So we're having another conversation on Friday, and it's going to be me, Joyce, another YouTuber. Her name is Talisa Ray, and she refers to herself as a wife style coach. I do really like that. So we're also going to be joined by Joyce's daughter, Toriana Cullen. So we're going to be talking about dating, just womanhood, being a woman and out and about. I'm sure we'll talk about just things. I'm sure the Cam Newton thing will pop up again. But yeah, no, these are features that I really am growing to enjoy with Joyce. So there will be more to come, and I will share with you guys. So you can take a peek at what we be yapping our gums about. You can always catch our guy, well, both me and Dex on Patty and the Millennials podcast. New episodes air every Wednesday. Can be found on all platforms.
There's a new episode coming out tonight, actually.
Oh, yes. Okay. So we got that going. Then we have Bro Talk Live with Dex. You can always catch live episodes of Bro Talk Live every Tuesday on Facebook. And then Industry Friends.
Yeah.
Do we have new episodes out?
No new episodes out, but
okay.
We are gearing up for, I guess this is an exclusive here. We're gearing up for a relaunch of Industry Friends, which I'm
Yes. So we're gearing up for the relaunch of Industry Friends, and we're gearing up for the coming soon of our other podcast that we will be doing together, much like the comments, but it won't be live. But we're going to have some other treats added in there to it and some good interviews with people. So right now we're booking those as we speak. Thank you guys so much for pulling up and just going with us back and forth with the schedule changes and the day changes. We appreciate you. We love y'all because y'all pull up no matter what. Y'all get in y'all feelings, and we're here for it. We love you. Ashley Scott, our guy, he was on with us last week. Make sure you check out his projects. He's a musician. He's fabulous, a great singer. Please check him out. Oh, Marjan, you want us on here begging for cash?
Oh, shout out to my friend Almighty King Mars. He just texted us while we were talking, but I'll get back to text. But he's really killing it right now. He's killing it on YouTube. He's killing it in his life. The boy is doing his thing. I'm really proud.
Almighty King Mars, share some tips. Share your knowledge and your wealth with us, and we will share whatever you need from us.
Okay.
That could have gone a certain way, but that's not what You can share. You can get whatever you need from Dexter. Guys, thank you so much for pulling up with us every week. We really appreciate you. And the YouTubers, we love you, love you. Please head over to the YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. We love you. We're so thankful. Entertain me. Yes, sweetie, you will still get the comments. We're just going to give you something a little different on the other side of things. All right. Because they be trying to shut a bitch down over here. And I ain't got that Gilly influence just yet. Right now, I'll be begging, why y'all block me? Why you take my page? So, but thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Bye.